Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick preview for the Sony Xperia Z2 Tablet. So this is the update to the Xperia Z that I covered last year, a very popular waterproof tablet, could be submerged in up to 3 feet of water for up to 30 minutes, something that really no other tablet had the bragging right for, and it combines some impressive specifications with a very high-resolution screen. Sony really looked to refresh it and update it here. They've just announced this brand new tablet as well as the Z2 smartphone, and no exact firm date yet on launch, but sometime they're saying in March, I believe, and no firm price point yet. But the thing that is clear in this brand new revision of a tablet that was already very, very popular is that it does have the specifications many of us had hoped would have been in the first generation. And there's been a lot of speculation about this update, and so Sony finally announced it this morning. And essentially, in terms of specifications, you can see right here, I'm pulling them up. This is directly from Sony. We're now working with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 processor with 2.3 gigahertz clock speed. That is a quad-core Crate CPU, and essentially everything has been upgraded here. The battery is the same rating, I believe, 6,000 milliamp, which isn't the best in class, but certainly if it can fulfill the 10 hours of battery life, especially in conjunction with the Snapdragon 801 processor. We've also got quick charging to look forward to. There are a lot of advancements here. And they mentioned that, Qualcomm's Quick Charge 2.0 technology. Above and beyond that, it's just a thinner, improved tablet. You've got a 1980 by 1200 resolution triluminous display. Again, Sony borrowing from their television business when it comes to the actual display you'll be seeing on screen here in the brand new Z2 tablet. In terms of cameras, 8 megapixel on the rear, so it doesn't have that camera quality, the 20 megapixel camera that you'll find in the Z2 phone. It would have been nice to have seen that feature brought here. 2.2 megapixel shooter on the front, and I do expect solid image quality. Sony, after all, one of the better sensor manufacturers as well as better digital imaging companies out there right now, and in basically all of the past and history altogether. In terms of software, I'm expecting Sony to cater to their services. Remember, Sony does own quite a bit of media, and as a result, they're going to try to sell it to you. So movies, music services, that will be there. But this tablet is a true upgrade from the original Z in every way. I mean, form factor, very similar. It looks like the bezel got a little bit larger, but an improvement in processor. We also have 3 gigs of RAM now rather than the 2 gigs found in the previous gen. So this is putting it on point with basically Samsung's Pro lineup, which is exactly where Sony would like to compete, alongside the iPad Air. And this is the lightest, thinnest 10.1-inch tablet ever made. That's what Sony is bragging about. You can see it's got 2 different color schemes, the black and white. And they do say global launch March 2014. The exact specifications right here. Again, that 10.1-inch full HD triluminous display with mobile and live color LED powered by their own X-Reality mobile engine. And this is a lot of marketing, but I do expect a really good display. The Tablet Z had a fantastic display here. It should only improve. S4 Surround, they've boosted up the audio quality. I think they knew that a shortcoming, not a shortcoming, a true shortcoming, but something that a lot of users desired was more robust audio performance. So that's something we're going to get out of this brand new version in March. Of course, bragging about how it's the slimmest 10.1, especially waterproof tablet ever made, and that's what really rings true in terms of its portability and go anywhere sort of nature. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 is certainly a very nice addition, something we all would have liked to have seen in the first gen, so great to see here now. 3 gigs of RAM, LTE, so everything you could possibly want. And then as far as on-screen keyboard, not really too important for what I'm covering, at least today. The Bravia Engine 2 is in there for your media consumption purposes. The display is capable of producing 16 million colors, a wide color gamut. That's something that Sony likes to brag about this display. Face unlock, something they've been doing with their Duo series of laptops, Ultrabooks, I should say. Screenshot capturing, IPX5 and 8 waterproofing, and also dust resistance. So really, this is a tablet built to travel, and that's what Sony's marketing. In terms of internal flash storage, you've got 16 gigs. You do have expansion with the micro SD card slot up to 64 gigs. And all of the radio compatibility right here. I did pass over that, sorry. But this will, in large part be more of a Wi-Fi offering, at least stateside. That is not to say they won't eventually have radio-enabled ones, but I expect to see Wi-Fi first. PlayStation certified, you can hook up a PlayStation controller and play to your heart's content, so that's another cool feature, not something new, but something enhanced on this device. 3D games, video streaming, everything you expect. There's an infrared remote control blaster for watching TV, controlling your TV in home theater. Screen mirroring, Throw, which is another Sony proprietary gimmick, essentially. I'm not going to get into that now. TV side view, remote control application that I just mentioned. MHL 3.0 support, which is definitely a good thing. Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi hotspot functionality if you have the LTE version of that tablet when it launches. Of course, DLNA, Bluetooth 4.0, NFC, which is a must if you're a Sony user, that is. Sony's pushing NFC in everything, and for good reason. It has its place. USB high-speed 2.0, so no USB 3.0. They decided to forego that, which is disappointing. Xperia Link, PC companion, 3.5mm headphone jack, GLONASS for the GPS. And the camera, I mentioned 8.1 megapixel on the back, 8 times digital zoom. The front-facing 2.2 megapixel 1080p video capture, HD video recording at 1080p. Again, this is all not as high res as what the Z2 phone is capable of. I believe it can capture 4K. So some of those features only exclusive to the handset. And then all of the burst modes, all the different modes essentially for the camera. And that pretty much sums it up. So that's Sony's release. This was just announced today, so brand new product, exciting. A lot of people won't be blown away by the difference in this because it really is primarily a specification upgrade. So this is not in any ways a revolutionary product, but more evolutionary. But that in no way diminishes the value of this brand new offering, because the Xperia Tablet Z was already one of the nicest tablets on the market. What it was missing was the extra powerful, hardcore processing power that, as well as overall specification upgrades that it seems to have received. So it'll be interesting to finally get in my hands, review it. That Adreno 330 GPU, everything here speaks to power. The question is, will it be a little bit old by the time it actually launches, and will the price point be too high in order to compete with tablets that, in maybe 2 to 3 months we may see some new hardware. And that's where, even though this is a really solid offering, again, Sony may be a little bit late on this one, but I'm hoping they are not. A lot to like here, and overall it'll all come down to pricing and when those new chips start to drop, and how inspired people are by the form factor, the dust-proofness, and of course, most importantly, that waterproof bragging right that really nobody else has in the business, combined with this form factor, which outside of that really thick bezel still makes it one of the nicest tablets on the market, paired with a fabulous screen, I'm hoping, much like the previous generation. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them, and of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.